Hello everyone. We are going to continue with chapter 1 from part 2, which is accounting for share capital. This is the 14th lecture and you should watch till end for complete understanding. As I said, we are going to continue with illustration 10. In the previous lecture, we have done first sum from illustration 10. Previous to this, we have completed illustration 9. And as I said that we are going to continue with illustration 10. So we are going to start with second short sum from illustration 10. Illustration 10 is given on page number 29 in your textbook. I have considered the remaining 4 questions here because the first question has been taught to you in the previous lecture, 13th lecture. Yes? So starting with B, the second short sum in illustration 10. Alright, let me read the question. On 10/7/17, company forfeited 350 equity shares of Awadh of face value of rupees 10 each for non-payment of rupees 3 per share on first call and 2 per share on second and final call. On 12/8/17, all 350 forfeited shares are reissued at rupees 7 per share, which were bought by Dharmesh. Understand the question first of all. Awadh is the shareholder having 350 equity shares. Face value rupees 10. Now the shares of Awadh are forfeited. Why? Because he did not pay 3 for first call and 2 for second and final call. 3 plus 2 is 5. Out of 10 rupees, he did not pay 5 rupees. That means remaining 5 he has paid, which is obviously of application and allotment. Yes. Further, company has reissued 350 shares at rupees 7. The share is actually of rupees 10 and the share has been reissued at rupees 7. That means 3 rupees discount. So we are supposed to write down the journal entry for forfeiture and the journal entry for reissue of shares. And further, last journal entry for transfer of the amount of share forfeiture to capital reserve. Yes, so let us check the first journal entry. Yes, on this date 10/7/17, this is the date of forfeiture. And as I've always said, the very first thing that you will do at the time of forfeiture is that you will debit share capital account. So equity share capital account debit, number of shares forfeited, amount called up. 350 shares have been forfeited of Awadh. One share is of rupees 10. So 350 into 10, 3,500. What did he pay? Rupees 5. So the amount which is paid by the shareholder or the amount which is received by the company from shareholder whose shares are being forfeited is to be credited to share forfeiture account. 350 into 5, number of shares forfeited into amount received. 5 rupees have been received. Obviously, they have clearly said that rupees 3 is not received for first call and 2 for final call. That means remaining 5 has been received. Yes, out of 10 rupees, 5 rupees are not received. That means remaining 5 is received. So amount received is always credited to share forfeiture account. 350 into 5. Then the amount which is not paid is credited separately to share first call. He did not pay. On 350 shares, he did not pay 3 rupees. Further, did not pay even second and final call. So 350 into 2. Credited to share second and final call account. Yes, if you remember the journal entry for forfeiture of shares, always firstly you will debit capital account, share capital account I mean. You will credit the amount which is paid by the shareholder. you will separately credit the amount which is not paid by the shareholder. Here, first call is not paid, second and final call is also not paid by the shareholder. Hence, it has been separately credited. And here, share forfeiture account, the amount which is paid by the shareholder is credited to share forfeiture account. It is of application, allotment, anything that is paid by the shareholder. Yes? If your first call even was paid by the shareholder, it is to be included here. Yes? Alright. So further they say that these shares are reissued at rupees 7. Here it is. At rupees 7 per share. The share is actually of rupees 10 and has been reissued at rupees 7. So obviously there is a discount of rupees 3. Yes? And whenever the shares are reissued at discount, the amount of discount is debited to share forfeiture account. Yes? So one thing is for sure, that a share worth rupees 10 is reissued for rupees 7. So definitely the share has been reissued at discount. So how much discount? Which is 10 minus 7, rupees 3. So the journal entry for reissue on 12/8/17. Bank account debit 350 into 7. 350 shares have been reissued at rupees 7. Share forfeiture account debit 350 into 3. 3 rupees discount on 350 shares. To equity share capital account 3500. 350 into 10. 7 plus 3. Because actually the share is of rupees 10. The company has issued it at a discount of rupees 3. That does not mean the price will change. Only 3 rupees is discount out of this and 7 rupees is the issue price. Alright. So here share forfeiture account has been credited with 1750 rupees. Here it is debited with 1050 rupees. So credit minus debit gives you the remaining amount which is transferred to capital reserve account. This is the last journal entry that you are supposed to write in each and every sum after writing down the journal entry for forfeiture and reissue of shares. Because you see, this is the amount paid by the shareholder whose shares are forfeited. And out of this amount, the discount is offered at the time of reissue. So out of 1750, the amount given for discount is only 1050. So remaining 700 is to be transferred to capital reserve account. So on this date itself, share forfeiture account debits 700 to capital reserve account 700. The amount of share forfeiture is transferred to capital reserve account. Alright? So these 3 journal entries for second sum of illustration 10. Illustration 10, second short sum is completed. The first journal entry is for forfeiture, second is for reissue, and third is for transfer of amount to capital reserve account. Alright? Okay. So next, the third question. So the next question, third question in illustration 10, it says, on 14/9/17, company forfeited 1200 equity shares of Drumel of face value of rupees 10 each for non-payment of rupees 3 per share on final call. Drumel had paid rupees 4 per share on application and 8 per share including premium of rupees 5 per share on allotment. See, total amount of allotment is 8 and they say it includes premium of rupees 5. So 3 rupees is for allotment. Out of forfeited shares, company reissued 800 equity shares to Minesh on 16/10/17 at a discount of rupees 5 per share. On this date, company has forfeited 1200 equity shares of Drumel of face value of rupees 10 each for non-payment of 3 per share on final call. If they are talking about final call, one thing is for sure that the shares have been issued at a face value and the entire amount is called up. I mean, simply speaking, the called up amount is rupees 10. Alright? Dhrumal had paid 4 rupees on application and 3 rupees on allotment plus 5 premium. So, an important thing to be observed and understood here is that the shareholder has paid the call which included premium. Yes? So, whenever the shareholder has paid the amount of premium, then the premium is not to be considered at the time of forfeiture. I mean, when you will write down the journal entry for forfeiture of such shares, you will not mention about premium anywhere. Why? Because premium has been received by the company. When premium becomes due and premium is received, the matter ends. And hence it is not to be shown in the journal entry of forfeiture. But yes, you have to show it if the shareholder has not paid a call which includes the amount of premium. Alright? Fine then. Let us continue. So 1200 shares of Dhrumal, face value 10, has paid 4 per share on application, 3 for allotment. Why 3? Because 5 rupees is premium. So if he has paid 4 and 3, that means he has paid 7 rupees and has not paid 3 rupees. So first of all, let us understand the journal entry for forfeiture, and then we are going to understand the journal entry for reissue of these shares to Minesh. Okay. So this is the third sum. On this date, 1200 shares have been forfeited. I request you keep your textbook with you and also pay attention on the screen so you can understand it in a better way. Equity share capital account debit. Number of shares forfeited 1200. A share is of rupees 10. Alright. To share forfeiture account. Which amount is included here? The amount paid by the shareholder. The shareholder has paid 4 on application, 3 for allotment. So 7 rupees have been paid by the shareholder. And what he did not pay? 3 rupees. So share final call account. Alright. So I repeat, equity share capital account debit, number of shares forfeited 1200 into amount called up. Then to share forfeiture account, number of shares forfeited into amount paid by the shareholder. 4 plus 3, 4 of application, 3 of allotment. No doubt 5 rupees premium is also paid. So premium is not to be considered at the time of forfeiture. Then what he did not pay is to be credited separately. So 2 shares final call account. He did not pay the amount due on final call, 3 rupees. Alright. So talking about reissue of these shares, let us read the question carefully. Out of forfeited shares, company reissued 800 equity shares to Minesh on 16/10/17 at a discount of rupees 5 per share. Now understand, company has forfeited 1200 equity shares but has reissued only 800 equity shares, and that too only at rupees 5. The share is of rupees 10, reissued at rupees 5. Forfeited shares 1200. Number of shares reissued 800. So let us understand the journal entry for reissue of these shares. Obviously it is reissued at a discount of rupees 5. So bank account debit 800 into 5. Then share forfeiture account debit. Why? Because this is the discount, 800 into 5 here. To equity share capital account 800 into 10 because the share is of rupees 10 but has been reissued at a discount of rupees 5. So 5 rupees is received, 5 rupees is discount and 10 rupees is for share capital. Alright. Now the only difference in this sum compared to previous sums is that firstly this sum includes the amount of just a second. Yes, this sum includes the amount of premium and number of shares forfeited and number of shares reissued are different. So there is a slight change in journal entry number 3 for this sum, which says, the journal entry is same, but it is not the way you do it every time. See, here amount credited is 8,400 and debited is 4,000. So what you are simply thinking that let us deduct 4,000 from 8,400. But that is not the case here. The amount is different, you see. Why? Because number of shares forfeited is 1200. Number of shares reissued is 800. See, for this we'll have to read narration in detail. We'll have to understand the explanation which is given here. Credit balance of share forfeiture is 8,400. This credit balance is for 1200 shares that we have forfeited. Yes. Out of this we have reissued 800 shares. So what is the credit balance of 800 shares out of 1200 shares? Yes, it is 5,600. You can cross multiply in this case. See, here the amount of share forfeiture is for 1200 shares. But I have reissued only 800 shares. Yes, so I cannot deduct the amount of reissue of 800 shares from 1200 shares. I'll have to find out the credit balance of 800 shares from 1200 shares at first, and only then I will deduct the amount of 800 shares. Yes, so if there are 1200 shares, then the amount of credit balance of share forfeiture account is 8,400. So what if the number of shares are 800? What is the credit balance? Cross multiply this, you will obtain 5,600. Then simply you will deduct 4,000 from 5,600 and you will transfer the remaining balance 1,600 to capital reserve account. Alright? I repeat, the number of shares forfeited and number of shares reissued are different. So you cannot directly subtract this amount from this. No, because this and this are different. So this is the debit amount of 800 shares and this is the credit amount of 1200 shares. So firstly, out of 1200 shares, you need to find out the credit balance for 800 shares that you will obtain by cross multiplication. If 1200 shares, then 8,400. Then what if 800 shares? What is the credit balance? Cross multiplication. The answer is 5,600. Then deduct 4,000 from the same. Remaining balance is to be transferred to capital reserve account. And that's all. You see, there is a minor change in each and every sum that we are doing every day. Yes? So once if you are clear with the basic concepts, it is very easy to understand the minor changes which are given in every short sum. Yes? On basis of these short sums, you are going to have a long sum ahead. That long sum is going to be the mixture of all the sums that we have done right now. Till now, sorry. We have also done few of the long sums previously, and from illustration 9 we have started solving short sums, which consists the journal entries of only forfeiture and reissue of shares. So further the sums are going to be the combination of a long sum and short sum that we have done till now, and it is a long question of 8 marks, which is going to be a part of your exam in your question paper. A sum of that kind is asked always. Yes? Okay, so let us do the next question. We've done third. Let us start with the fourth one. Okay. So I'm reading the question. On 1/8/17, company forfeited 700 equity shares of rupees 10 each of Hitansh for non-payment of share allotment money of rupees 54 per share, including premium of rupees 50 per share and rupees 3 per share on final call money. Out of forfeited shares, company reissued. Okay, about reissue of these shares, we are going to understand it later, not now. Let us deal with the journal entry of forfeiture at the moment. Yeah? Okay. So on 1/8/17, the shares have been forfeited. How many? 700 equity shares of rupees 10 each of Hitansh. Why? For non-payment of allotment money. Hitansh did not pay allotment money. 54, of which 50 is premium. So allotment के पैसे कितने हुए? Only rupees 4. And also did not pay final call. So 4 plus 3, 7. 7 rupees he did not pay. That means he has paid 3 rupees out of 10 rupees. 7 he did not pay. 4 for allotment, 3 for final call. And also, if he did not pay allotment money, he did not pay even the amount of premium, of course. Yes. So this sum is again slightly different. Here, the shareholder has not paid a call which includes the amount of premium. That means the shareholder has not paid the amount of premium because he did not pay allotment money. So whenever a shareholder fails to pay the amount of premium, fails to pay such kind of calls in arrears, then during that time in the journal entry of forfeiture, premium is to be debited. Why it is to be debited? Because it is not received. If it is received, then it is not to be mentioned. It was supposed to be received and it is received. Then there is no matter. Now in this case, it is not received and hence it is to be debited. So on this date, the shares have been forfeited. 700 shares of rupees 10 each, 7,000. How much premium is not received? 50 rupees, because it was with allotment and the person has not paid allotment money. So securities premium account is to be debited. 700 shares, 50 rupees. On 700 shares, 50 rupees premium is not received. If it is not received, it is to be debited. So what actually is received? 3 rupees out of rupees 10. Whatever is received by the company is to be credited to share forfeiture account. So to share forfeiture account, 700 into 3, 2100. Further, what is not received is to be credited separately to share allotment account. On 700 shares, 54 rupees have not been received. 4 rupees of allotment and 50 rupees of premium. Premium is debited here, so it is to be credited here. Yes, 4 rupees of allotment is here, it is included here. 3 rupees is also included here. And this 3 even, making it 10. Further, Final call is also not received by the company on 700 shares. It is given clearly in the question. So 2 shares final call account is to be separately credited. On 700 shares, 3 rupees is not received. And this is the journal entry for forfeiture of shares of Hitansh. Why his shares have been forfeited? Because he did not pay allotment money and final call money. With allotment, he did not pay the amount of premium even. Obviously, if he is not ready to pay, if he did not pay the amount of allotment, how he is supposed to pay the amount of premium which is along with allotment? So if he fails to pay allotment money, definitely he has not paid the amount of premium. Hence, the premium has been separately debited. Alright? So this is the journal entry for forfeiture of shares of Hitansh. Now let us see how these shares are reissued. Let us quickly check. Yes, out of forfeited shares, company reissued 500 equity shares on 10/9/17 at rupees 35 per share, including premium of rupees 25 for each share. The share price is 10, it is reissued for 35. Obviously, it is 10 plus 25, 35. So 10 rupees is the face value of the share and remaining 25 rupees is of premium. So this is the reissue of shares at premium. Previously, it was reissued at discount. Discount is always whenever the share is reissued at a price lesser than its face value. And whenever a share is reissued, shares are reissued at a price higher than its face value, it is said to be shares issued at a premium. Shares issued at premium. So if a share of rupees 10 is reissued at rupees 35, it is said to be reissued at premium. 10 rupees of share and 25 rupees of premium. So let us check the journal entry. Okay, bank account debit. 500 shares only out of 700 shares have been reissued, and that too at rupees 35. Of which 10 rupees is of share capital. So 500 into 10, and remaining 25 rupees is of premium, and hence it has been separately credited to securities premium account. Alright. Finally, the last journal entry for transfer of amount of share forfeiture to capital reserve account. It is 1500 here. Again, the logic is similar to the previous sum. Out of forfeited shares, only 500 shares have been reissued. So the calculation is given here. Yes. This way you will obtain the amount and you will transfer necessary amount to capital reserve account. Alright. So this completes our sum. Third sum, short sum of illustration 10. And we are still left with one more sum, short sum of illustration 10, that we are going to continue in the next lecture. So for now, that's all. And you will definitely practice these sums today in homework. Your homework for today is illustration 10 till what we have completed, and the last sum which is remaining that we are going to solve in the next lecture. And further we are going to start with long sums. Yes, so that's all for today. We'll see you all soon in the next lecture. Till then, stay home, stay safe and study well.